Also, I don't know if I misheard. I thought, why was it?
I thought I misheard as well.
Why's a cock in a
I was
machine?
just thinking.
Such a small cock. Like,
So, hang on, where's the cocks cut into this?
yeah.
It's your granddad
Sorry.
It's granddad penis coming out. He should have chosen the 20-year-old body.
Oh God. Oh dear.
Oh, what a day.
I've got another one, please. Thank you, please.
How have we gone from space to would you rather?
Yeah.
I hadn't even. It's fine.
Oh, it's quite a funny one.
Because, look, yeah.
Would you rather live in a world where you dance instead of walk, or sing instead of talk?
I don't really know about that question. I'd rather dance. I think you're gonna be.
Yeah, I'd like to moonwalk to the
Yeah,
shops
you're
every
gonna
day.
be you're gonna be that fucking guy if you're dancing everywhere. Imagine how well liked you're gonna be across the world if you dance everywhere.
Yeah, you'd be the most. You'd fucking blow up on social media.
How many people's day is going to be improved by just you just doing your thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Fuck me, that guy's moving."
But imagine you get to a really low point in your life and you have to just dance
Head
down
down,
the street,
just
really
like-
depressed.
You're
just dancing
Doing the salsa.
Yeah, you're at a funeral
on the
walking-
way to the pharmacy
Oh
to
my
go
god,
get
at a funeral.
You're at a funeral, walking up to make a point. So what we do? Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
Wow.
I think the only thing is, I would say people would understand. They'd say, "Oh, it's just Terry. He dances." They'll work it out. That's a good one though. I think I'm going to attach a question to this, and I might be unmasking here or keeping my colours, making my colours known. If you could be world class at one useless skill, relatively useless skill, what would you choose? Now, by useless, I mean you can't choose, for instance, public speaking or mathematics or biology, because you could use those sets of skills to enhance something. I shall put an example into the equation. You could be a fantastic footballer, but you can't make a career out of that.
Okay.
So anything you choose, you can't choose something academic because that falls too closely toward utility. And if you choose some form of sport, for instance, you can't say so that I can become a professional hockey player because you chose football.
Ventriloquism. Does that count?
First of all, give me some definitions here.
So ventriloquism is when you're able to talk without you moving your mouth.
Give it a go.
It's quite difficult.
Why, James?
Do you not think that's quite difficult?
Why would you want?
It is quite. It's very, very.
I see you're struggling there.
No, it's quite.
It is really, really hard.
It's not easy.
I'm just too good at this.
So would you be doing it with the puppet or just normally?
Just normally. Because then I could just pretend like I'm lagging in real life.
Look, Barney, I'm going to let you take the reins here because that's fucking. I know I said useless, but that's fucking useless. That is. I'm happy for you. Like, if you want to.
I answered the question pretty well though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking shit.
That was some good ventriloquism there.
That was really bad. I didn't like that. No, you're free to answer as you please. What would you choose?
Hitting a nail just right every time.
that's very obscure.
That's good, actually. I like that.
I'd choose dancing. If you could bust some shapes.
Flex.
Exactly. Exactly. This is my point.
Yeah, but you already do.
James, the shapes that I bust are like this standard-sized woman in America. They're not good. They're
you managed to elbow
large.
me in the face.
Yeah, that's just Muay Thai coming out. That wasn't me dancing. When did I do that?
You're pretty alcoholed up. And yeah, you had your eyes shut like usual as you were like doing this, and then you just started flailing your arms about, and and the thing is, I went to move away, but as I moved away, you sort of stepped with me. You just went.
Did I?
You did like a tomahawk.
Was there actually a awareness of the fact that I had done that, or did I just continue to drive?
You just continued to drive.
Into the ditch.
Clearly having a good time. Yeah.
Yes, you were.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
No, mine would be dancing, because I think there are fewer greater skills. Leave the Allen key alone.
Why is it still in there?
Because it makes me feel more secure about the fact that microphone doesn't actually stay where it should stay. That Allen key is doing nothing.
No. Oh.
That Allen key is doing nothing. It just makes me feel better about myself. So actually, on that point, it is doing something. It's making me feel better about myself. But otherwise,
respect.
Do you know why I moved that? I've done a little doodah move around.
Why?
Because you see this book behind me with a certain Marshall Mathers in it.
Yep.
Ethan Everest was in that chair last time. Mm-hmm. And he said to me that he got jump scared by old Marshall sitting behind him there.
What?
He said he turned, he had his drink there, and he turned, and this book here was over there.
All he saw was...
And he turned and saw that face, and he went...
What?
Yeah, I know. He said that guy's not afraid.
Fair play. It's alright, Ethan.
You're staring at your phone, looking menacing. Menace me.
Well, you can either have a fun question just like that one, or a more deeper question.
Let's do the fun one than the deep one.
Would you rather walk backwards for the rest of your life, or sprint everywhere for the rest of your life?
Sprint. As some put it, sprint.
I would say sprint, because then you get fit and healthy.
If you're sprinting everywhere,
your cardiovascular system's gonna be fucking light.
Yeah.
I assume
Tip-top
you
shape.
just don't get tired.
The only problem is, think of it this way, right? Yeah, you don't get tired. You get as tired as you would if you were walking. So it's just normal.
You just half the time, but you'd also be able to go home and, like, if someone asked you, like, where have you been? You were like, I just did a quick 30k.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, you could do some serious distance.
Exactly.
When do you ever walk backwards in everyday life?
It's meant to be really good for you, actually.
But when do you do it?
Doing the moonwalk?
Except when you're doing the moonwalk.
On a treadmill.
Except when you're on a treadmill doing the moonwalk.
When...
Gotta say never. Just a step backwards to get out of someone's way. That's about it,
taking
really.
a one-step penalty.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, you're not actually capable of doing that, so that's another
Walking
answer here as
backwards
well.
to take a normal penalty.
My point here is, just hear me out, you don't walk backwards very often.
You don't. No.
You do sprint reasonably often.
Yeah, you do.
So at least all of the time that you'd normally be sprinting is just, there's no change there. If you're walking backwards everywhere, everything is different. Yeah, do you have to sprint backwards?
No.
So if I'm sprinting, I can go normal.
Yeah.
So how is it only walking?
Like, literally, I literally just thought about it. Say you're stood on the platform waiting for the train.
Yeah.
Train arrives, doors open, do a quick sprint just to get on, sprint to find your seat and sit down. You're literally sprinting everywhere.
How controlled am I in my sprint? Am I bumping through
like
people,
a
or can I
GTA
just...
character, or don't know.
Have I got my... can you allow me to be a master of sprinting?
I assume so.
Yeah.
Then you must be a master of walking backwards.
I don't
But I'd say
know.
a jog backwards is easier than just walking backwards.
I could catch people off guard if I walk backwards, because I think I'm walking the other way, and then all of a sudden I'm right in front of them.
Then you can't see where you're going.
Yeah. Yep.
You have to just have a crooked neck the whole time.
Yeah.
Just get a rearview mirror.
I think we're sprinting.
That's a good point, actually. I'm sprinting.
We're sprinting.
I'd be sprinting.
Yeah,
We can sprint together.
Yeah, sprint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me the deep one.
Okay. Right. Would you rather live in a world without art or without philosophy?
That's a good one.
Oh, okay.
Right. First of all, let's lay some foreground here on what we define philosophy as.
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
Because I would wage that for a lot of people, if we remove Immanuel Kant and all of his entourage. If you remove, I think, James, can you name me a philosopher that isn't Socrates?
Fuck.
That's kind of my point.
I can't.
There's a
There's a lot of them.
in the book, The Courage to Be Disliked.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the guy that wrote the book is a philosopher, but don't know his name.
Yeah, well, that's kind of my point. I would say, if we're outlining these parameters, I don't think many people are drawing from Marcus Aurelius on a day-to-day basis,
Or
but
Marcus Aurelius, yeah.
there
I
are,
say that, I've got a book of his.
yeah, meditations
Yeah.
that you haven't read.
Yes, in my drawer.
My point is, if we're taking away your sort of your quintessential or your what?
How do you know it's meditations?
Because I've got it and I've read it.
Did I give it to you?
No, I bought it and read it.
It's just coincidence.
How do you... Oh, did I say that the book that I had
Because he's
was the
only
same
written one book and it's called Meditations.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
Yeah, Meditations was never actually supposed to come out. It's not. He's not an author.
Oh,
He was a
really?
Roman emperor.
Ah.
So Meditations was a notebook. It was a journal to himself, and the work within that came out as a for us to read, because basically they just found it and published it. It wasn't actually supposed to be for public viewing. My point: a lot of philosophers we wouldn't be particularly bothered with losing on a day-to-day basis, but philosophy, I would wage, is a different thing, because you can be philosophical without being a philosopher. If you take any perspective, I mean, for instance, you've heard the phrase skeptical.
Yeah.
Skepticism is a philosophy. So there is a great deal of your life that you would actually lose without philosophy, without realising. There's a number of things, your general approach to the world, that would change dramatically if you didn't have philosophy, because it is actually so deeply embedded, it's baked into our psyche. Philosophy is essentially just the sort of just the speaking of the heart. It's speaking your beliefs.
Yeah.
Now define art.
Well, that's a good question. That's a really good question, actually, because how would you define art?
I don't know, technically everything's art, isn't it?
Exactly. This is a good point. Is
music artists.
Yeah, so you're doing away with music.
Loads of different.
You'd be doing. This is my point. Is if you're saying artistry just as the picture on the wall, then I don't think many people would be have any qualms with me saying that you'd keep philosophy and get rid of the Mona Lisa. But if we're bringing music into it, then it's a very different question. And you have to bring music into it. I would also wage you'd have to bring sport into it.
Yeah.
Sport is artistry. Creation in general. I think you'd be closer to losing a sort of the sort of essence of existence if you got rid of art.
Yeah.
The world would be much simpler without philosophy. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. We probably wouldn't understand ourselves as well, but monkeys don't understand themselves particularly well, and they're quite content.
Yeah, because you can use philosophy as a guidance, can't you?
That's the idea of philosophy. Philosophy is for the intensive purpose of guidance.
And growth.
Preferably.
Imagine that reading
I'd
philosophy and
choose a
going
word about
backwards.
philosophy after you said that.
Yeah, I think it would have to be philosophy, but it's not an easy answer. Because I'm not sure how well I would do in a world without art, because I think there's so much that includes art. Ollie and I were talking about this, actually, of the creativity is sort of defined as something that it's savoured or sort of attributed to only if you say someone's creative, you're talking about them in a artistic sense. So they might be an excellent drawer or painter or musician.
Video producer.
It's something along those lines. I don't think it's quite that way. I think creativity is far more nuanced than that, and I think artistry falls in the same line of this. As I'd say, if you're creative enough to think of a way of how to I don't know. What would be a good example?
Well, I mean, no, go on. Sorry.
I wanted to use something in the direction of sort of fixing your car. If you didn't know how to fix your car and you essentially worked it out, I would wager that you're drawing on the same sort of basis as creativity by doing that. You're pulling on your resources. And I would say artistry would be the same thing. How many things? Cooking. Could you still cook in the same way if you were to lose art?
No, I was going to say technically, anything that anyone's really good at is an art.
Exactly.
Because you make it an art.
Exactly.
It's your art. And then we'd have no talents, skills, entertainment. We would just we wouldn't have clothes.
Yeah, I mean, it's fashion.
Yeah,
it's a good point.
It's an art. You wouldn't have any, say, like trends, for example. So there'd be.
You'd have none of this in here.
Yeah.
No.
This is all art.
Exactly. That's where this sort of comes to a head, where you go, the only question is, I would sort of, if I'm going to take this for the sake of arguing the point, how much of your understanding of the world would you lose if philosophy was gone? Because philosophy makes up a lot more of your beliefs than you think it does. We're not talking the same way with art, where your knee-jerk reaction would be to think of a painting on a wall. Philosophy, the proverbial painting on the wall here, would be your Stoics, your Buddhists, all of the rest of philosophy that I don't need to look through. We all understand it. It's not just that you'd be losing. You'd be losing a great deal of your worldview. And you wouldn't realise that until it was gone. So I think the same thing could be said of sort of how much of the world would you lose without art with philosophy. How much of your ability to actually connect with a person would you lose if you weren't understanding of some basic concepts of philosophy? That's my point.
It would. Yeah, that's true.
They both fall into the same category, really.
I think the answer is philosophy.
Yeah.
Because I think you make a brilliant point that art is. Well, you both you brought the point together very nicely. That art is essentially everything. If you look at the world through an artistic lens, anything can be art. You can make it such.
Yeah, I don't mean to bring it back to space and shit.
You can bring it back to space.
Or you can bring it back to
and shit. Yeah.
And Planet Deer. But science, like physics and astronomy, that's art. I think that's art, because if you think about it, so for example, the telescopes that we've got up in space, so James Webb Telescope and Hubble Space Telescope, them taking photos and finding out more, I would consider that an art.
Why?
Because it's how do I say it? It's development, it's change. We're learning new things about our universe, and we're discovering new things about our universe. It's like how I mentioned with trends as well. Trends, it's a new thing. It's us developing, and it's us. It could be space can be seen as entertainment. It can be used as picture on the wall, that form of art as well. It can be.
Do you agree with that?
Now this guy's got a point.
Do you agree with that?
I do agree with that.
Yeah. I don't really know how else to explain it, really.
I see what you're saying.
It can be used as a lot of things.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and we're talking through your eyes.
He's saying you're beautiful.
I did. That was the roundabout way of saying that. No, my point is you will look at that.
I might look at it as an art.
Yeah, someone else.
Someone else might not. Someone else might think, you old boring fuck.
Yeah, you
Old.
you kneecapless, 20-year-old faced, 80-year-old bodied, feeble.
Yeah.
Shriveled penis. No, I just
He brings it back there reliably.
You have to count how many times he brings it up.
It's at least 4. I want to talk about music. I think that'd be an interesting point to make here, and I'd like to talk about it because we just brought it into play. If you could listen to 3 songs for the rest of your life,
Oh my.
what 3 would they be?
I'm going to have to get out my playlist.
You can get your playlist up. Hang on. Shall we put... I'm trying to think how we could do this in an interesting way. Should we get... Let's have 5 places, and we have to collectively agree on it when it comes to one genre. So should we choose a genre first?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to do like a song for each genre or?
Let's do... Pop.
Pop first.
What, white girl pop?
White girl.
Hang
Is
on,
it Party in the USA?
I've got the powers here, so I'll get a playlist up, and I'll go through, and we'll say yes or no, and then we'll work out where we're going to put 5 of them. So you want what, white girl pop?
White girl pop first.
Are you okay with white girl pop?
Yeah.
That didn't seem very certain.
Yes,
Let's just do
yes.
pop. Let's do pop. White girl
Yeah,
pop.
okay, pop.
Don't worry, I'm going to type in white girl pop.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Well, pop is sort of just white girl music anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I like me some white girl pop.
I do like some white girl pop as well. Do
Can't
you
say
like?
no to white girl pop.
Huh?
Pop
I was
mix.
listening to in the shower.
Right, first of all, so to start, we're just going to say yes or no.
Yeah.
Okay? La La La.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Pump It.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Human.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dance With Me.
Human. Is that class as white? That's not white girl pop.
No, this is pop mix, just pop.
Oh, I was going to say that's a bit. Yes, but that's great. Song.
What was the next one?
Dance With Me. Dizzy Rascal.
No.
No?
No.
If I'm out on my own, I can get you looking at me.
If I'm thinking of the songs to listen to the rest of my life, no.
No.
What, so,
yeah,
but
I
you would
wouldn't.
put Pump It in there then?
I'd put Pump It in there.
Really? Just pop songs? Let's go through and just say if you like it or if you don't like
Okay,
it.
Yeah.
okay.
One Dance.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
Yes. Can't Feel My Face.
No.
No. I think that's a shit song. Solo Dance. In the faded night, you touch my body. I can feel your hands on my penis.
No, you
No.
just said it now.
Chicago by Michael Jackson.
Fuck yes. That's a no-brainer.
Have you heard that?
Can't say I have.
No way.
What are you talking about, mate?
No
Guys,
way.
Go home. Yeah, by Usher.
Yes. Yeah.
Get Lucky by Pharrell.
Oh, 100%.
Fuck yeah.
That's a banger.
Yes.
Poker Face by Gaga.
Yes.
Yeah.
Skyfall by Adele.
Fuck yeah.
I'm just choosing. I'm gonna sift through the shit ones and just say ones that I think you might go for. You Rock My World by Michael Jackson. Have you heard that one?
Yes.
Have you heard
I
that?
haven't heard that one.
Oh,
So don't start digging at me for not hearing one
Hang on.
song when you haven't heard it yourself.
you have heard this before. We played it in the car.
Oh, maybe I have.
That's a banger.
Yeah.
Everything She Wants by Wham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one.
Yes, you have.
It's a GTA song.
Yeah.
On GTA Radio, mate.
Go home.
I know it's not where it originated from, but it's just what.
Cake by the Ocean.
Yeah.
I'll get so annoyed. It'll irritate me.
I have to say,
I
I do agree with you there.
I like it.
Right, I'm going in gangster rap,
Yeah.
and I'm going in gangster rap because we're all white.
I think I'd rather you say artists than songs because
So in which case,
every gangster rap is class.
yeah, I don't know. There's some shit gangster rap songs.
Not everyone.
Right, I'm gonna do. There's one that's NICHAPS, something something A,
Yeah.
N-I something something A, N-I
Oh no.
something something
no,
A.
No.
Why are you eating all that chicken?
Motherfucker. Alright, the first one on here is an absolute fucking banger, and I'm gonna go by songs, and then we're gonna go into artists, because I think actually let's go through this one and do songs, and then we'll pick 5 artists out of what's in it.
Okay.
Alright?
Alright.
And we'll work out where we're putting them.
Yep.
Okay. Shook Ones Part 2 by Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
That's gonna have to go.
That is a top.
That's a fucking good
That's a
song.
quality song.
What, top?
Yeah, that could quite possibly go number 1 for me.
That's quite. Yeah, that is.
Wow.
It's a quality
That's a
song.
banger.
Wow.
Till I Collapse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't See Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hate It or Love It. G Unit remix.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
The better version.
Hypnotised by Biggie.
Yeah.
Still Dre. Still Dre could be
Oh,
up there.
Still Dre is
That's
definitely up there.
Gangster's Paradise probably up there.
Yep.
Represent by Nas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Return of the Trez.
Yes. I was listening to it on the way home today from work. One minute.
That's a tune. Regulate by Warren G.
Yeah.
Yes, great song.
Without Me.
Yes.
2 of America's Most Wanted.
Yes.
In the Club.
Yep.
In the Club's
It's pretty fucking good.
Juicy.
Yes.
Forgot about Dre.
Yep.
Yep.
One of my personal favourites, New York State of Mind.
Yep.
Yes.
That beat is unfucking believable. That's when I be on the mic, my Rakim.
Don't know if this.
Don't know.
You know this.
Oh. That's not for me, that one.
No, I don't know. I like that one. 8 Mile by Eminem.
Yeah.
Do for Love.
Yep.
Yes. That's
Right.
up. That's up there.
Yeah.
Right. So with that being said, I'm
It's
gonna,
gonna be, yeah.
I'm gonna add a few more just for the sake of the point. Keep their heads ringing.
Yep.
The Message.
Yep.
Party and Bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bitch Please 2.
Yep.
What's the Difference?
Yep.
Hustler's Ambition.
Yep.
Big Popper.
Yep.
Yes.
Right, now let's get our 5. First of all, let's just throw names.
I'd
and
like to do no particular order because we're not going to be able to agree on the top 5.
Okay,
No,
let's throw names and we'll have.
do an artist now.
Let's throw 5 each. First of all, no particular order, and then we'll come to an agreement. So, you can go first.
All 5 or just one?
All 5.
Do for Love.
Hang on. Let's do.
What are we doing,
Let's do
artists?
You
artists.
want me to do,
Yeah.
5 artists, sorry.
Yeah,
Um,
you can go if you want to go. You can go.
I would do Tupac.
Yeah. Tupac.
that's it.
Tupac.
No, it's not it. Lady Gaga.
That's a cold. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was just.
It is. He's just being mentally challenged.
Oh, no, it's,
Wait, oh.
it's just rap.
I
Hang
was
on,
just
Gangster
doing. Wait,
Rap.
we just doing
Right,
rap.
yeah, we do, well, that's why we were just talking about rap songs. We'll do rap and then we'll do normal.
Oh, well, no, it's
We'll do-
no, it's because we
right,
said
then
artists.
We'll do
so-
5. Excuse me. 5 rap, 5 rap artists, and then we'll do 5 artists.
Right.
Yeah, we're doing hip hop artists.
Hip hop artists, yeah.
Right. Okay.
And you've only said Tupac.
So yeah, he said Tupac and Lady Gaga.
Tupac.
Two different artists, but it's alright.
It's because we just said artists at first. So I was
Yeah,
like,
but I thought the priming. I thought I'd primed you well that we didn't just do black music, and I thought then you go understand that Lady Gaga's not in this conversation.
Tupac.
Yeah,
Dre.
Tupac.
Tupac. Eminem. What's that? 3.
Hang on, Tupac,
Dre.
Eminem.
Biggie.
Yeah.
And Mobb Deep aren't an artist, are they? That's a group.
No, you can't have Mod Deep. You can have
Fuck.
you can have. I think it's Havoc is the rapper, but you're not going to do that.
There's one I can't believe you haven't said,
I'm not sure whether we're thinking about the same one.
but you've still got one more to say. I know.
Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer. What?
Yeah, what?
Chupa Chips.
Oh, fuck off. I hate that.
I'd probably say Warren G, actually.
No, you wouldn't know, James. You've listened
I
to like
would.
2 of his songs.
Yeah,
I've got mine.
but I just listened to those 2 songs.
In fairness, I love Michael Jackson with all of my heart, and I only actually listen to Beat It, so I can't really talk.
Yeah.
And Chicago.
She says she didn't have no man. Go on.
It's like not knowing the words.
Yeah. Yeah, that's,
She told me she was all alone.
so that's the that's the first line. But go.
What you didn't say, my number 1 is 50 Cent.
Oh, 50 Cent. I was thinking,
yeah,
I thought you might be going for
thinking
Ice
of it.
Cube.
50 Cent.
I thought you might be going to Ice Cube.
Huh?
I thought you might go for Ice Cube.
I've only said 1. Ice Cube, I do like Ice Cube.
I completely forgot about
Okay, I'll
both
do
of them.
that. 50 Cent, Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg.
Hey, really? You put Snoop in there?
I love Snoop Dogg.
Fair enough.
Eminem's up there.
Yeah.
I think I like Nate Dogg, but I don't know if he would make it up there though. Kendrick Lamar,
Do you know what? I'm just looking at
Okay,
mine.
yeah.
I'm looking at mine, and Kendrick Lamar could go in there.
he's up there.
I would say, are you where you want to be with your list?
Yes,
I'd have
submitted.
Eminem, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, Biggie, and Tupac. I think that's a pretty prestigious lineup.
What were your first two
Yeah, that
again?
is very...
What were your first 2?
Eminem and 50.
Yeah, yeah.
50. Right, you can have
50%.
right. We can do artists now, so that you can bring Lady Gaga into the equation.
Sweet.
Why don't do female artists?
Do you know what? That's a good one actually. We'll do female
I
artists.
don't know if I know enough female
Yeah,
artists.
you do, mate. I'll start. I'll
Well, to be
start.
fair, I was only going to...
Sam Smith,
Get it up.
Sam Smith, Katy Perry, Eminem.
Can I just clarify? For
Katy
me,
Perry,
Sam
definitely.
Smith about 10 years ago.
Look,
I'll tell you
I'm not a
someone
fan
I
of his
would
new
listen
songs.
to.
I have objections towards Sam Smith as he currently stands, but Sam Smith about 10 years ago,
Okay.
yeah,
I've
tunage.
got some...
Oh, won't you?
So, you won't have heard of her,
I have.
but Imogen Heap. Again, really just because of this one song.
Go on.
Some artists are because of one song, isn't it?
Yeah.
You'll probably... Wait.
So good, turn it off.
Yeah, funny. Charlie G.
Charlie G, what do I know that name?
It's the guy that made this.
Fair enough.
That's unbelievable. I like that.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna first of all, I'm gonna put one in there, and I don't care what anyone says.
Right.
Rihanna.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rihanna's going in my number one comfortably.
Oh,
I'm gonna have Katy Perry.
Yep.
I'm gonna have Lady Gaga.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have.
Oh, yeah. I know.
I'm gonna have. Anyone can interject here whilst I think of my next one.
Georgia Smith.
Georgia Smith.
Britney Spears.
I don't know about.
Love Georgia Smith's at Park Life. I'm see her there.
I bet that'd be
That'd
cool.
be really good.
Rick James.
Got tits and a vagina, or?
Eric Clapton. Hang on. Let me go into my masculine.
Jess Glynn has got some good tunes.
Let me go into masculine play. Jess Glynn, that's a good one actually.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard Jess Glynn
My
in
Love.
years.
Do you know that song?
That used to be the tune back in like
That's the one.
year 8.
Where's my masculine playlist? I got rid of it.
I would have Britney Spears, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry as well.
Adele.
Adele, that's a good one.
Adele.
Yeah, Adele will go in there.
She's
And
James, can I throw a curveball at you and see whether you catch it?
okay.
Kylie Minogue.
She's not up there.
Fuck yeah! I would also say Amy McDonald.
Who's that?
She makes
J-Lo?
West like country music, sort of. Yeah, just
You
country
bit of a
music.
country man?
I don't like proper country music, but this is the.
Yeah, so James, you're very thoughtful with yours. Mine are the parameters that I have for my white girl pop is can I sprint very fast to this? And I'm not walking backwards when I listen to these.
My white girl music is actually my dad's.
Your dad is my spirit animal. He's an idol, a genuine idol of mine. Can I play the first? I'm going to play what I would consider to be the greatest white girl pop song ever made.
Yeah, go for it.
I wouldn't say the greatest.
No, I'd say that's the greatest white girl pop song ever made. Potentially.
What, are we playing Guess the Song now? Or?
No.
I'm too good at that.
Have you heard X's and O's by El King?
Yeah, of course.
No.
What?
Yes, this song. Right.
That's a tune. That's a serious tune. Do you like Bill Withers? Bill Withers. BILLWITHERS.
No,
E
no.
R S.
I've heard of a bloke.
Are you having a fucking giggle? You haven't heard of Bill Withers? Yes, you have heard of Bill
Rather
Withers.
Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra. You know if Frank Sinatra was mob tied?
What do you mean?
Cushy with the mob.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah, if you there's a documentary that I watched that was looking at how
Flirt and generally.
What's that? Oh, Frank! How'd you kill him, homie? I did it.
I didn't.
My way.
No, Frank Sinatra was very good friends with some high flying mob guys. There was a documentary that I was watching that was talking about how it was one of the swing states in America. Basically, the mob rigged the election in that swing state. Do you know what a swing state is? It's a state where the colour of the state could go either way. So some states are obviously democratic, some are more liberal. Swing states are ones where it could
Even
really
split.
go either way. And I can't remember the name of the guy, but basically this big dog in the mob, a serious player, was what? You leave my chair alone.
What are you laughing
What are you doing?
Yeah,
Why are
it's
you
just-
looking at the wiggly
No,
arms?
I thought they were wiggling, so I just had to double check. You know?
No, he swung the election. I can't remember. It might have been Mississippi, but don't quote me on that. And basically, this guy swung the election to get JFK in office, and that's part of the conspiracy of the JFK. The assassination is basically because when JFK came into office, his brother Robert Kennedy cracked down on the mob. So he put some serious regulations against the mobs, and he fucked them up big time. So basically, there's conspiracy that the mob were behind what was going on with JFK because the mob played a key role. This part is not conspiracy. The mob played a key role in getting JFK in office. And there's talk that apparently they were sincerely pissed off when the JFK brothers decided to basically backstab them. But to tie it into music, Frank Sinatra was very good friends with the guy who was swinging that state. Very good friends.
Really?
Yes. And with a name like Frank Sinatra, can you really be surprised?
It's got a ring to it.
That's Italian American, and we should know by now that anyone who's Italian American is in the mob.
Yeah, mob, yeah.
Yeah. Think about it. How many Italian Americans do you know? Tony Soprano? Any of the Sopranos? Frank Sinatra? Al Capone?
Oh yeah.
Tony Soprano? Any of the Sopranos? I'm not going to say it anymore. Right, chaps. Have you got any?
It's bedtime.
Is this me playing
Is
this?
that the outro?
And now
I'm not quite sure why that started playing.
I did it.
I think is there any music that would be particularly fitting for an outro, because I think we're gonna have to start considering that.
I think that is.
Some Armour Van Helden.
Or
Hang on.
some of that cringy 2016 dubstep.
Like the Umbrella Shield.
What? Hang on. Who just said Van?
Armour Van Helden.
Armour Van.
Play.
Bonkers.
Yeah, you know it. Play Barbara Streisand.
Barbara Streisand.
I think that's how you say it.
This one.
You know it.
Oh, yeah. Is this in GTA as well?
No. You know it. It's like an OG song, it's going to hit you like that.
I think I
Promise
recognise
it's gonna hit-
this.
it's gonna hit you
I
like that.
recognise this.
Oh,
Yeah, I knew it.
So with that being said, we're gonna get some outro music playing. Is there anything that anyone would like to say before I start to conclude the recording?
I didn't do it my way.
I have to. What does that even mean? What does that mean?
What we concluded from here, James likes deer.
And you could take the end of that sentence off and
I was
replace
waiting
it
for that.
with a different suffix.
Ick.
Self-proclaimed.
And he loves cock.
Yeah, so James wants to be killed by a deer, and preferably before then.
Driving a car.
Yeah, James wants to be killed by a deer driving a car, and he wants a old man's penis. Anything else? Anything on your end?
No, that'll do.
Well, in which case, I have to say I haven't laughed as this much in a podcast. I've had a wonderful time recording it. This is it's been very enjoyable. So, with that being said, see you later.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Nigga. Gangster rap, nigga.
Right.
Oh, fuck it out.
I'm going to put my head to that.